Hey everyone, good morning. Happy Sunday. Coming to you from the new office this morning. It's fairly set up. We're getting there here at the new office. We didn't move far. We moved like a couple miles from our other office. We were in an office space that was fairly it was like a shared office space. So there were a ton of things that we couldn't do and a ton of things that it just wasn't the best space for us. So now we're back in a space where we have private office. Um, slightly different. It's very close to where we were. Our office is in South Jersey, right over the bridge. It's about 10, 15 minutes from my house. Anywho, no one cares. So let's get into it. Fred and Lisa, good morning. Hope you are having a great Sunday. Joe, good morning. Great to see you here as well. Hope, good morning. Hope said we need a Peanut update. Peanut is home, sleeping, sedated, as she has been for a week now. We're going back to the vet tomorrow at 10:30 to see how the swelling is. They didn't want to do anything until the swelling came down a bit. So Peanut and her Achilles tear will be looked at again tomorrow. It's been a week. It's been a week. Lots of carrying Peanut. So in my apartment, I have like 6 or 7 stairs out of my apartment. I live on the second floor. So I've been carrying Peanut up and down, and Peanut's almost 100 pounds. Peanut's not a small dog. So it's been, and she's just a dog that loves to get out and go. We were walking 15, 20,000 steps a day with Peanut. She's a Doberman. They have a high drive, so activity drive, energy level. So it's been really hard for her because she can't get out and move around. And I have to stop her from trying to chase things and all. But, little by little, we're going to get there. We'll see what happens when we go to the vet tomorrow. But thank you for asking, Hope. I appreciate it. Rick K, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Matt Ryan, good morning. Good to see you here. Greg Gooser, good morning. Ryan, good morning. Hope you're having a great, I'm surprised you're not on a ship somewhere. Felicia, good morning. Good to see you here. Tom, coming live from Symphony of the Seas. How's everything on Symphony? Let us know. Let us know how things are going. Ryan, there you go. Just checked in for my cruise. It's a good feeling. Sure is. That is awesome. The cruise that I will not be on, sadly. Scott, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Leslie, good morning. I hope you are doing really well. Nicole, good morning. Happy Sunday. Thoughts are with you and Peanut. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Peanut appreciates the love as well. She's a little struggle city right now, but there's nowhere to go but just to get through it. Anna Zanke, good morning. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday as well. Let's get into some cruise news. We got a decent amount of cruise news today. So first bit of cruise news is that MSC Cruises is adding some sports betting. So if you're interested in a little more gambling on your cruise, MSC is going to add this on some of their cruises. I'm going to pull up the deets here. So it's going to launch on 8 of its ships and 284 sailings this year with the option to expand to the entire fleet of 24 ships. This is really interesting. They've not disclosed what's going to be happening. It is Playtech is the company that they're doing the betting through. Generally, they will let you bet on NFL, NBA, soccer, tennis, the whole 9 yards. So Princess has done sports betting before. Carnival and Holland have as well. That's the same company, obviously. Royal, Carnival, Princess, and Holland are all the same company. They're not MSC, of course. Royal and Celebrity do not allow it. So we shall see what happens here. I think it's interesting. It will be obviously in international waters. It's not telling us yet if they're going to have kiosks, some type of mobile app, whatever, but we'll see what happens. It's pretty interesting. And it's interesting that some of the other cruise lines already have it. So should be interesting to see what happens there. Anyway, they can get a little more money, Anyway, Tom said, going great on Symphony. Awesome breakfast in the main dining room. Tom, that is great to hear. I'm glad you are having a wonderful time. I hope the seas treat you well. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful cruise. I'm jealous. I'm jealous now that I won't be on a cruise for a long time. Speaking of cruises, it's what we're here to discuss. Star of the Seas has named an iconic godmother for their ship. They've announced Diana Ross is going to be the godmother of the ship. So the ship is coming out obviously in just a few months in August. They keep adding preview cruises, which seems to upset people a lot. Diana Ross will be the new icon of Star of the Seas. For icon, it was Lionel Messi. Here we have Diana Ross. She is currently 81 years old. Someone said to me, I love I Will Survive. I'm so glad it's Diana Ross. And I didn't have the heart to tell them that Diana Ross did not sing I Will Survive. That was Gloria Gaynor, today's DJ music tip for you of the day. But that's okay. So this is really great. Obviously, it's always nice to have these fun, iconic godparents of the ship. And here we are with Diana Ross. Fred and Lisa said, love to peanut. Thank you guys very much. Tom said, thank you. The Hairspray last night's show ended early due to technical difficulty with one of the stage lifts. That happened to us on a cruise as well. It's a very intricate production on Hairspray. It is like a full Broadway production. So there are sometimes these little glitches or things that happen on a moving ship. It's crazy they can do any of this stuff. I'm always amazed when people don't seem to be phased by like the Broadway shows or by like the ice skating shows. And it feels like they're just like, whatever. I'm always like, we're on a moving ship. This is crazy. But yeah, that does happen. It's sad that happened, but hopefully you got to see a good chunk of the show. I hope so anyway. It's a great show. Next up, speaking of Royal Caribbean, Richard Fain is going to step down. Obviously, Richard Fain used to be the CEO of Royal Caribbean for like 40 years. He gave up that during the pandemic, and now he's going to be stepping down as the chairman of the board, and that is going to be handed off in late 2025 to Jason Liberty, who is already the CEO. So Jason Liberty is going to be the president. He is the president and CEO now. He's going to be the CEO and chairman of Royal Caribbean Group, which is pretty amazing for him. Sure, he is going to make a ton of money. So there you go. The ships keep going up, and Jason Liberty will continue to make more and more money. So great news for him. Congrats to Richard Fain for a wonderful career, and hope he enjoys his much, much, much earned retirement. Next up, they have put out some of the details of the Oceania Sonata. This is a brand new class of ships for Oceania, which is really interesting. So here we have it. It's being built at Fincantieri in Italy. It's the first vessel in the class. It's going to kick off its maiden season in the summer of 2027. It'll be the 9th ship in Oceania's fleet. Oceania is owned by Norwegian Cruise Lines. This is going to have a sister ship called the Arietta in 2029. It is an 86,000-ton vessel, 1,450 guests. It will be the largest ship in Oceania's fleet. It's going to be very spacious and amenity-rich. It's going to kind of usher in this new refined luxury cruising for the NCL brand and Oceania. They're going to have a ton of culinary destinations on board the ship, which is really, really interesting. So this is what's going on for them. It's very, very cool. They will have eventually another ship in this class as well. They are taking over another ship in the Allura class. So very, very, very interesting to see everything that's going on here in luxury cruising, which we don't really talk about a lot because we're more of a contemporary cruise line YouTube channel. But I do enjoy some of the fancy schmancy ships. Ryan said, maybe one day I can afford an Oceania cruise. I just prefer to go on 5 normal cruises versus 1 luxury. You'd be surprised. There are some real deals in the luxury space. If you look at something like Oceania or Regent, I don't really love Regent. Oceania is a very nice brand. Even Silver Sea, you'd be pretty surprised by the time you get the drink pack. If you're going on Royal, for instance, let's just say you're going on Royal, and you get the drink package and you book some excursions and you do this and that, maybe a dining package, it's going to be fairly close to what you would pay on Oceania on like a normal Caribbean cruise, not something, crazy like going through the Drake Passage or something. But you'd be surprised. They match up pretty evenly, more than you think, considering a lot of those brands are going to include more things in them. Like Silver Sea, you can pretty much get an all-in rate where they pick you up at the airport. It's a little more luxurious. That's definitely going to be more money. But, it is what it is. Hope said, what is your opinion on Cunard? I So Cunard, they have some beautiful ships. They have obviously a lot of older ships. So if you're looking to do transatlantic, I would definitely recommend Cunard. I think that's what they're built for. They're ocean liners. They're not really cruise ships. So I do like it. I don't think they're as fancy or as esteemed as they used to be. But look, if you're into a little bit, I don't think they're overly luxurious. But if you're into like a little more of a prim and proper cruise line, I think you'll really enjoy Cunard, especially if you're doing a transatlantic. I think they're great. I think it's really nice. Friendly said, stupid question. Why can't cruise companies just give you the lowest prices and leave it at that instead of changing it every day? I have no idea. Look, I say it in so many videos. These cruise companies are run by people far smarter than I am. So, look, not all companies run the same way. And maybe, look, definitely smarter than me, because I'm stupid because I try to pay everybody a good wage, keep everything fair, try to make sure everybody gets a good benefit out of what we do. And a lot of these companies, they're look, first of all, a lot of these companies are public companies. So the biggest thing for them is to make money for their shareholders, which I have stock. I have stock in Norwegian and Royal Caribbean, not a lot, especially in Royal because it's very expensive, and Carnival and all these other companies. So their first priority is to make money for those people. And then you see where the CEOs make like $100 million or whatever it is. And I think it's outrageous and obnoxious. And it'd be great if they just offered you an amazing price and a fair price and everybody made really good money. But that's not the way that things work. And that's not how they want them to work. So yeah, it's crazy. Look, it changes, it goes up and down, it varies by supply and demand, which is basic capitalism, right? Supply and demand. So I don't begrudge them for making money. I don't begrudge them for whatever they do. It's just not the way that I would do it. And I'm sure they don't care. So they're thriving and their businesses are great. So they definitely don't care what I think. So speaking of some marketing, Holland America has launched a new campaign called Refreshingly Free. This is a really interesting concept when you think about marketing, because instead of marketing all the bells and whistles and all the crazy things that a cruise line or cruise ship has, Holland's going the other way. And they're kind of giving you the like, hey, remember when cruising used to be about relaxing? Remember when it used to be going to these amazing, beautiful destinations and we were just a vessel to get you there? That's what we have here with their less is more approach to Caribbean cruising. They have this refreshingly free campaign where they're talking about we don't have amusement parks, we don't have zip lines, water slides, anything like that. We don't have bland buffets. We don't have overcrowded beaches. So they're giving you the like, hey, here's what we're trying to do. We're trying to give you amazing food. We're trying to get you to these amazing destinations while you relax and enjoy the nice, peaceful environment on board of our ships. I love it. Is Holland America for everybody? They're not. It's a little chill, more laid back cruise line. And I think that's totally, totally, totally fine. It is what it is. Friendly said, I'm grateful for you. You got us a great price and we appreciate it. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it as well. So I appreciate everybody who books through us and everybody who uses our marketing company and everything else. So that's what we're here for. MSC Magnifica is going to take over the world cruise space on the Magnifica ship. So this is going to be on 2027. It was initially supposed to take place on the MSC Musica, but now they've moved it back over to the Magnifica. The Magnifica is getting a big revamp. They're adding a yacht club to it. They're doing a bunch of different things. This is going to depart from Italy. It's going to go Italy, Spain, France in 2027 in January. It's going to be a 121-night cruise. It is going to 45 destinations, and it's going to hit 25 different countries, including Brazil, Argentina, Australia, Tahiti, all over the place. I've never been on one of these, and we've talked about it ad nauseum. I'm not really interested in going on a 121-day cruise. I just watched a bunch of Para DJ did their like 100 pole-to-pole cruise, the 130-some day cruise. That's incredible. Staying in a tiny room like that with a person for 130 some days, you should get a medal for that. You should get cash for that. They should give you cash. Those rooms are way too small. Uh, yeah, and it depends on the ship too, right? Like I wouldn't want to spend more than 2 weeks on a ship, I don't think. And 131 days does not sound appealing. It's awesome to go to all those different places. Very cool. It's a very cool experience. It's probably amazing content, but not for me. But if you would like to go, I would love to book you on that cruise. Please call us. So they're going to knock out the MSC Yacht Club, which is going to add 63 new suites to the ship. They're going to build a solarium and a private lounge for the Yacht Club as well, and a dedicated Yacht Club restaurant. I don't know how they're going to pull that off on Magnifica. It's not a big ship, so they're going to take a lot of space that went to other things. But if you like the Yacht Club and you are interested in Magnifica, that is a huge win for you, because that's going to be awesome. Laura said, yay, made it to the live. Hey, everyone. Hey, Laura, welcome. Good to have you here. JC said, sounds good for those that want a chill vibe. Yes, Holland America, absolutely. If you want a chill vibe, it is for you. Tony, good morning. Welcome. Hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Ryan said 2 weeks is good for me, but after a week home, I'm ready to go back. I feel the same way. I need a week. Like, I like going on a 5 to 7 day cruise and then coming home for a couple weeks, and then I'm fine to go back out. I love being excited to go, and I love coming home and doing things at home. Kim Marshy, good morning. Hope you are doing well. Hope you're having a great weekend here. It's a little gloomy out today. It's going to rain later, but it is it's a little cloudy out here. Obviously, I did a whole video on the Carnival conduct codes and them putting them in the room now. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Them putting them in the rooms and doing those type of things. Look, it is what it is. People are not behaving well on cruises. It's basically what I think are just this huge wave of entitlement that's happened in the past couple of years. I don't know why. And a lot of new cruisers who aren't being shown the guidelines correctly. I don't mind that they're putting the paper in the room. It's fine. It's not going to affect my life because I'm following them. I'm a rule follower. So obviously they're doing it to cover themselves. They're doing it so that when they ban people, it's fine. I just wish they would actually follow through and make people follow the rules. That's all. Pretty easy. Seems pretty simple. Next up, the Royal Caribbean Discovery class is coming soonish. So in a few different interviews over the past few weeks, this has been leaked. This is like the worst kept secret ever, that they're going to do this Discovery class. It just keeps, people keep talking about it, keep talking about it, keep talking about it. So Vicky Freed, who kind of runs the trade program and the travel agent program, mentioned it again. She mentioned it on Royal Caribbean Blog's podcast as well, Matt's podcast. She talked a lot about the Discovery class, not a lot, but she mentioned that it is coming. They're working on it. Everything's top secret. The design is in progress. So we're going to see that soon. What I will say is temper your expectations, because this is not going to be a small ship like Serenade or Enchantment or Rhapsody or any of those. This is going to be a large cruise ship. It's just going to be smaller than an Oasis class ship. My guess is it's going to be somewhere around the passenger count of the Quantum class, just a little bit of a smaller ship that can get into some of these other ports. Maybe slightly smaller than that would be great. I think people would love like a 3,000 passenger Royal Caribbean ship. So we'll see. I don't know if that means that they're not going to have all the bells and whistles on it, or if they're going to try to pack the Royal Caribbean experience into a smaller ship. I have no idea. But it's pretty interesting, and we shall see what happens. Fred and Lee said, I can't understand for the life of me why you need to fight on a cruise. We always make friends. If there's an issue, just walk away because you can't talk to someone who has an anger problem. I totally agree. I can't understand why anybody's angry or upset on a cruise. I understand that sometimes there are things that frustrate you, whether it's waiting in lines or whatever silliness happens sometimes, but there's nothing on a cruise that makes me angry, other than people behaving poorly. So, yeah, I mean, I meet so many nice people on cruises. It's so great. You just chit chat with everybody, talk to everybody. Look, people drink. This is what happens. Alcohol, drugs, all of those things kind of make people act poorly sometimes, and people can't handle their liquor. So that's what happens. Kim said, I hope they're small. I think that's I hope they're small enough to get into the exotic out of the way, smaller ports, something the size of Explorer would be great. Yeah, I agree. That size is good. I think Explorer still holds a passenger count. Explorer of the Seas. Yeah, I mean, Explorer is 4290. So something in the, I would love something small enough that it's around 3,000. I think 3,000 is a good number. That's kind of what NCL Prima's 3099 at double occupancy, and that's a pretty big ship. But having that with a little more space, with more outdoor things, with maybe a little nicer things, solariums, different things like that, I think that would be awesome. And yes, so they can get into like exotic ports and places where you can't go to on some of the larger ships. I think that has to be a requirement for them. And I think they know, obviously they know that. So yeah, I'm eager to see what they do with that class of ship. Couple more cruise stories here. One, Copenhagen in Denmark has added shore power for cruise ships that dock there, so they can plug into the port and not, kick off all of their pollution that people get upset about. So that's a good thing. Speaking of that, in the same vein, shore power could be coming to Manhattan. Manhattan has really been complaining about the emissions of the cruise ships lately. I don't know why, because God knows there's enough other things going on in New York without that to worry about. This did pass legislation. It looks like it is going to be completed by the end of 2029. Obviously in big cities, it takes a long time to get anything done with all the paperwork, with unions, trying to get like the right people working on things. But it's great. It's great that they can plug in to the shore and those things get fixed and handled well. That is really, really, really awesome. Next up, and the last bit of cruise news for today is that MSC is going to hit 27 cruise ships by 2030. How many? If you're keeping track, Royal Caribbean has 28. So this is pretty incredible, right? And obviously Royal's going to have Star coming out. They're going to have another Oasis. We're going to have this Discovery class. We're going to have Legend coming out next year. So they'll be in the 30s. Carnival's got a good amount of ships too. Carnival has 29. So these are all going to be pretty, and Carnival's going to be up to 34 by 2033. So pretty interesting. All of these cruise lines with, again, we keep talking about it. MSC, I'm telling you, there are going to be more and more MSC ships coming out. Fred Elise said, I saw something about New Jersey governor wanting to charge more for cruise ships being in New Jersey. Why? I don't understand. I don't understand why people don't like cruising. Leave it alone. We're not bothering anybody. It's a couple ships a week that leave out of New Jersey. 2 ships a week right now. So let us have our things. We just want nice cruise ships. That's all. Leave us alone. Anyway, that is the cruise news for this morning. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your Sunday. I'm going to go home and take care of Peanut, finished up for the day here in the office. So everybody have a wonderful rest of your weekend. We will be live on Wednesday evening for the other side of our amenity June Madness, whatever we're calling this. So we're going to do the other side, the first round of the other side. And then next week, we'll have the middle. We'll take it to the quarterfinals and so on. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Have a wonderful day. I'll see everybody Wednesday Still have a bunch of icon videos coming out. And then send me ideas for videos, because I'm not going on a cruise for 2 months. So we need some ideas for some videos to come out over the next 2 months. Thanks, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful day and happy cruising. Bye.